Hello, my name is Margaret, and I am 60 years old. I built my fortune from a chain of restaurants in Los Angeles. My story began at a fancy party in Beverly Hills. Everyone wore expensive clothes and drank champagne from crystal glasses. I was standing alone near the window when he approached me. His smile was bright, and his eyes sparkled like stars. He said his name was Jason, and he was 20 years old. He told me he was an actor trying to make it in Hollywood. We talked for hours about movies and dreams. He listened to every word I said with great interest. His compliments made me feel young again. He said age was just a number, and love was timeless. We met for coffee the next day at a small cafe. He brought me red roses and called me beautiful. Our relationship grew stronger each day. He would call me every morning and evening. He took me to expensive restaurants and Broadway shows. We walked hand in hand down Sunset Boulevard. 3 months later, he asked me to marry him. The ring was small, but I said yes immediately. We planned a big wedding in a luxury hotel. All the newspapers wrote stories about our romance. The wedding day was like a fairy tale. I wore a white dress and felt like a princess. Our honeymoon was perfect in Paris. We visited the Eiffel Tower and ate in romantic restaurants. When we returned home, he moved into my mansion. The house felt alive again with his presence. I bought him expensive clothes and a new car. He smiled and kissed me whenever I gave him gifts. I changed all my bank accounts to include his name. My lawyer advised against it, but I trusted him completely. The first few months were wonderful and happy. We watched movies together and cooked dinner every night. But slowly, things began to change between us. He started staying out late without explanation. He said he was meeting with directors about movie roles. I believed every word he told me. One evening, I noticed he was texting someone secretly. When I asked, he said it was his agent. My friends started asking questions about him. They said young men only wanted money from older women. I defended him and said they were jealous. Love was real, and age did not matter to us. But doubt began to grow in my heart. Something felt wrong, but I could not name it. One night, he did not come home at all. He called the next morning with another excuse. I decided to follow him the next evening. My heart was beating fast as I drove behind his car. He went to a nightclub in downtown Los Angeles. I parked across the street and watched through the window. Inside, I saw him dancing with a young blonde woman. They were kissing and laughing together intimately. My world collapsed in that single moment. The pain in my chest was sharp and unbearable. I drove home, crying and shaking with anger. How could I have been so blind and stupid? When he came home at dawn, I confronted him. He denied everything and called me paranoid and jealous. We had a terrible fight that lasted hours. He said I was too old and boring for him. The next morning, I woke up alone. His clothes and belongings were completely gone from our bedroom. On the kitchen table was a short note. It said, I was too old, and he was just starting his life. All my credit cards and bank accounts were empty. He had taken every dollar I had saved. The house felt cold and silent without him. I sat in the living room, staring at our wedding photo. My friends tried to comfort me, but I felt ashamed. How could I have trusted someone so completely? The newspapers wrote about our divorce with cruel headlines. They called me a foolish old woman who bought love. Months passed, and I heard nothing from him. My lawyers could not find him or my money anywhere. I had to sell most of my restaurants to pay debts. My beautiful mansion was too expensive to keep alone. The loneliness was worse than losing the money. I had given him my heart and soul completely. Some evenings, I would drive past that nightclub. I wondered if he was still dancing with young women. My health began to fail from the stress. The doctor said my heart was damaged from the shock. I spent my days looking through old photo albums. The pictures of our wedding seemed like lies now. My sister visited and begged me to move forward, but I felt too broken and tired to start again. The mansion echoed with memories of our short marriage. Every room reminded me of his false promises and lies. Winter came, and I sat alone by the fireplace. The empty picture frame held no photo of us anymore. I realized that love at 60 was different. Young men saw opportunity, not romance or genuine affection. My story ended with wisdom bought through pain. I learned that some dreams cost more than money. The golden sunset outside my window was beautiful, but I watched it alone, remembering what love used to feel like. Now, I live quietly with my memories. The restaurants are gone, but the lessons remain with me forever. Some stories do not have happy endings. Mine taught me that trust is precious and easily broken. I share this tale as a warning. Love should be built on truth, not lies and empty promises. The house is quiet now, without his laughter. But I have found peace in accepting what really happened. My heart may be broken, but I survived. That is sometimes the best ending an old woman can hope for.